Uh-oh, look like we live. Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What is going on? Another episode of Merlot Fridays. And it's up. You see how Merlot up. Eric C in the building, man. Salute to you. What's happening? What's going on? We Merlot up in here. Y'all hit that like button for your boy as you slide through. I appreciate it. Tone Brown in the building. Skinny 2 Liter Reacts in the building. The OG Mr. Munt in the building. Salute to your OG for coming through, man. I appreciate you, man. Mike Rhyme in the building. Salute to you, my brother. What's happening? What is going on? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got the Merlot back on deck. You know what I'm saying? We got the Merlot back on deck. Very flavorful. Just got done with the gym. Now I'm walking my dog. You came in clutch already, man. Right on time. Hopefully, since you outside, you don't have no issues with a connection, man. You know what I'm saying? You can get the whole show. You feel me? Appreciate everybody for coming through, man. We're going to let a little bit more people get in here. We're going to really start cooking for show. Hope y'all had a good week. Productive, positive. You know what I'm saying? Hope everything been going well for y'all. You know, got a nice little weekend ahead of us. You feel me? Nice little fight going on tomorrow. Tone Rich in the building, salute. ATX AJ in the building, salute to you, man. What's happening? What's going on? Manny cardio need to be on point for the whole 12 rounds. Big facts. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, man. Manny gonna have to be on point. And we gonna talk in depth about that today, you know, because Manny has come out himself and expressed concern on this. You know, and this is something that we've discussed, shit, ever since we've been talking about this fight, since we did breakdowns, predictions. I've been saying that stamina, work rate, all that shit gonna be a key factor in this fight. ATX AJ say who fight tomorrow. It's gonna be Chris Colbert and King Tug, Nyambiar. It's gonna be a nice little matchup. I preferred that matchup over the Gamboa fight. Even though Gamboa was a name, I preferred that matchup. This the wrong fight to worry about stamina. EJ bodywork elite, yeah. But I mean, that's gonna have to be a key for Manny. It's gonna have to be a key for him because, you know, he showed, number one, he's older. Even though I think Manny is as good as he's ever been right now, he's older. You know, plus he coming in, you know, off a 2-year layoff. But we gonna talk about it for sure. We gonna talk about it. Said, oh yeah, I saw the press conference. Yeah, man. I think that's gonna be a good little scrap. Salute to the brother Puncho Esparza in the building. What's happening, man? That boy Puncho crazy. You must have been drinking already. Puncho be coming in the live already drunk. He been on that tequila. He been on that Hennessy. Puncho be coming in the live already drunk. J Ped in the building, salute. Come on, Puncho, you gotta pace yourself, brother. You can't just jump out the gate, you know what I'm saying? I just pulled up. You know what I mean? I just pulled up, bruh. Hello, Ghetto in the building, salute. What's happening? It sucks. Richard Hitchison got injured. Him and Darren Price was supposed to fight on the they were supposed to fight on the undercard. That would have been a nice little matchup. I wonder who they gonna have on the Spence and Pacquiao undercard. That's gonna be cause I'm hoping they're gonna have Ugas on there for sure. They've been talking about Ugas, and I really hope Boots is on there because that's gonna beef up that undercard a lot. I think they should put. I know it's gonna cost a lot of money to pay Earl and Pacquiao, but I think they should put a nice little undercard together, man. Because you know this whole show got to be right. Everybody gonna be watching. Salute to the brother Money Brown TV in the building, man. Say y'all subscribe to the brother Money Brown TV if you're not already, man. Excellent, excellent boxing content over there. Always. Say, why that boy Keith Thurman? Every time Keith Thurman name get brought up these days, bro, I can't help but laugh, bro. Keith Thurman, I love to hear Keith Thurman talk about boxing, but man, that dude just funny. Keith Thurman, one of those dudes, you just look at him, you gonna start laughing, bro. Keith Thurman is a funny guy. Say, why that boy Keith Thurman talking about I never heard of Boots. Man, you know Keith Thurman lying. You know that boy lying, man. You know he know who Boots is. He trying to run the same game on Boots that he ran on Earl in 2016. He running the same exact game, bro. The same exact game. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna blame Keith Thurman if he's not just knocking down the door trying to fight Boots right now. I ain't gonna blame Keith because he's established. He's a two-time champion. He was a unified champion. His last fight was Manny Pacquiao. I don't blame Keith Thurman for just not trying to like clamoring to fight Boots. But at the same time, bro, don't act like you don't know who he is, bro. You've been watching. Because remember, I made a video. I told you, I said, Jerome Boots Ennis is going to make everybody else at welterweight better. Remember I said that. Jerome Boots Ennis makes everybody in the welterweight division better. Virgil Ortiz too. But especially Boots because this guy is clearly special. You know what I'm saying? And this guy is putting pressure on everybody else in the division because they like, look, this who we got coming up behind us right now, and he's a contender now. You know, he's in rankings now. So he could very well get a title opportunity within the next year or two. You know what I'm saying? If Earl Spence, let's say Earl Spence collected all the belts and he was to move up in the next two fights, Boots Ennis will be first in line to get an opportunity at one of those titles. So this is a guy that is clearly in position to either dethrone one of these guys, one of the champions, or take out one of the guys that's, you know, in that upper echelon of the division, the top 3, 4, 5 guys. You know what I'm saying? And he's special. He clearly got all of the skills. He passed the eye test. The only thing for Boots now is just to get the competition. You know what I'm saying? To get the names. That's it. That's literally all he has left to do right now. You know, so he definitely making these guys better. You seen what Earl Spence, like Earl Spence, he's a workaholic anyway. He gonna grind anyway and put his best foot forward. But you don't think Earl Spence look back, he see Boots, he like, shit, I'm already sharp, but I gotta really sharpen up my game now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the man right now. Like he told Boots, he said, your time gonna come. But see, it's my time right now. You don't think Earl want to go out there on August 21st and put on a hell of a show to let these motherfuckers know, hey, I'm him. I'm him. This is my division. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Keith Thurman definitely know who the hell Jerome Boots Ennis is. He just faking right now. Salute to the brother Puncho Esparza in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, what Bible scripture do you think Manny is going to... He said, what Bible script you think Manny gonna tell Earl in the press conference? I don't know. But you know he gonna pull out something. You know what I'm saying? You know Manny Pacquiao gonna pull out something. You know he gonna have some type of Bible scripture. You know, Manny Pacquiao, he just be sitting back. He don't talk no trash. He just be sitting back, smiling and cheesing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know he gonna hit him with a Bible script. I don't know which one it's gonna be. Salute to the brother Exclusive News Insider in the super chat coming through and showing love. He says, salute, I'm here, big bro, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Salute to you, man. Y'all subscribe to Exclusive News Insider as well, man. He got some good content over there. High quality, you know, thumbnails, video editing and all that, man. He do his thing. He said, John 3:16, but God gave his only begotten son. Hey, Money Hey, Money Brown TV, he gonna hit him with the John 3:16, bro. God damn. So I guess he feel like he gonna be the one being sacrificed on the 21st of August. Manny Pacquiao, he gonna be sacrificed. For all you delusional Manny Pacquiao fan sins, he gonna be the one being sacrificed for y'all. Cause he definitely getting his ass whooped. No cap. Salute to the brother Captain in the super chat coming through and showing love. He says, salute. I finally get to catch the show live already, man. I appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you for coming through, dog. Toast to that, man. Toast to you catching the show live. You know what I'm saying? Sipping on a little Merlot sunlight. You feel me? Something light. But, man, let's go ahead and get into it. So, Manny Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao in an article on Boxing Scene. If you follow the Instagram, Contender Regime Boxing on Instagram, I posted the article. You know, Manny Pacquiao in an interview, man, he sound very concerned. He sound very concerned about stamina. Now, I don't think it's a situation where he's necessarily like worried in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more so him just being very aware of the type of guy that he's getting in the ring with. Being Earl Spence Jr., somebody who is extremely focused, is extremely strong. You know what I'm saying? He has the rare ability to get stronger as the fights go. Most guys fade midway to the late rounds of the fight. Earl Spence actually gets stronger as the fight goes, while his opponent is normally faded. Now he's back with Blu-ray. He's gonna be extremely focused and extremely sharp, and his motor is gonna be high. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have a high motor, and people say Earl Spence starts slow in fights, but I think it really just depends on who he fighting. I really wouldn't necessarily call it starting slow. I think it's more so him. Some guys, he like to fill him out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He might take the first couple of rounds to download data and, you know, use his jab, establish his distance, and just kind of pick you apart and see what the fuck you got coming. So, you know, he can see what type of game plan he gonna implement for the remainder of the fight. And then he pick it up and start going crazy on your ass. You dig what I'm saying? But Manny Pacquiao understands the level of guy that he's in the ring with, and he understands the style of Earl Spence and what this guy brings to the table. Now, of course, everything different once you actually get in the ring, but at least at face value, Manny Pacquiao knows to some extent what he's up against. He also understands that he's, number one, coming off of a 2-year layoff. He's 42 years old. He faded a little bit in the latter half of that Keith Thurman fight. So he knows he cannot afford to do that versus Earl Spence and think he gonna get a victory. He said, I have to make sure that my stamina is on point versus Earl Spence to ensure I don't fall short. He know what the fuck going on. And we gonna dive deep into it. We're going to dive deep into it. Salute to the brother Exclusive News Insider back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, I could tell you rock with So Illuminati, big bro. Hey, 100, man. I fuck with So Illuminati, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been on the 2K for a long time, you feel me? I ain't been playing recently, but I've been on the 2K for a long time, bro. So I definitely fuck with So Illuminati, man. Shout out to that boy King Soul, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute to the brother Puncho Esparza back in that super chat coming through and showing love once again. He said, I think he worried about 9, 10, 11, and the 12th round. Big facts. Those are key rounds. Because the championship rounds for sure, if it even make it to that point. Remember, I got Earl Spence. I think Earl Spence going to stop Manny Pacquiao somewhere around the 10th. Between the 8th and the 10th. But he knows that in those first 5 or 6 rounds, he's going to have to be extremely hyperactive. He's going to have to be sharp, and he's going to have to aim to hurt Earl Spence, because as the fight goes on, it's advantage Errol Spence. The longer that fight goes on, advantage Errol Spence. Manny Pacquiao knows this. Even if he get his conditioning and his stamina and his endurance in tip-top shape, it's only so much that he gonna be able to do coming off a 2-year layoff and being 42 years old. Versus Errol Spence in his prime. The very best Errol Spence that we ever seen with Blu-ray. You know what I'm saying? As focused as he ever been. In the best, in the biggest fight of his career, he knows what he's up against. That stamina is gonna be key. It's not the end-all be-all, because at the end of the day, it comes down to the skills. And I think simply Errol Spence is just an overall better fighter than Manny Pacquiao. Prime versus prime. I'm picking Errol Spence. At 147, all things considered, size, skill, ring IQ, natural athletic ability, all things considered, I'm taking Errol Spence. You know, but this is still, one could consider this a 50-50 fight. You know, but when you think about the fact that Manny Pacquiao is 42 coming off a 2-year layoff, and then you got Errol Spence in the best physical condition that he ever been. Y'all seen the little shit that Blu-ray posted on his Instagram? Y'all been seeing Errol Spence in the gym working lately. The brother already in shape. We 2 months, we basically 2 months out from the fight. Errol Spence already in shape. Imagine what he gonna look like in August. Come on now. Manny Pacquiao knows that, and that right there let you know. Manny Pacquiao worried about stamina right now. He still got to deal with the skill set of Errol Spence Jr. He still got to deal with the game plan that him and Derrick James gonna come up with. Manny Pacquiao's worried about stamina right now. Bro, that shit, that put it in perspective what type of challenge Manny got coming up. I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all. Let me make sure. Let me see. Salute to the brother A-Side Boxing Talk in the super chat coming through and showing love. I appreciate you, bro. He said, listen, bro, I'm concerned because Pac-Man ain't entered into the VADA program yet, and we less than a month and a half out. Pac, he said, he said Pac out there juicing. We know Earl a real dog, because he know Earl a real dog. Hey, man, I'm gonna say this. Salute to the Queen Neek J in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, love. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing up. Hey, look, bro, I'm going to say this. Salute to Shaquan Alfariza in the building. Gavatron in the building. Salute. What's happening? Shout out to the brother Eclectic Agitator in the building. What's happening, man? Appreciate y'all for coming through. The GOAT in the building. Salute. Even though you be hating, the GOAT, you be in the comments hating and shit, man. But hey, appreciate you for coming through, dog. Everybody say, look, you can have your own opinion here on this platform. Long as you don't go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because we got shooters for that. You dig what I'm saying? But nah, salute to you for coming through. Salute to the brother Jay Harris Too Real in the building. What's happening? Ronaldo Mitchell in the building. Salute. What's going on, man? I appreciate y'all for coming through. Band-Aid 82 in the building. Salute. What's happening? What that boy name is? Jabinarium. Man, look. Bro, you got to change your name, bro. He said packed by SD. This ain't Keith Thurman, brother. This ain't Keith Thurman. But going back to the brother super chat, A-Side Boxing. I see where you coming from, but I don't even want to put that energy in the universe. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao juicing. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't give a damn if Manny Pacquiao on the juice or not. He's still going to get his ass whooped. I'm going to keep it funky with you, bro. I don't give a damn if Manny Pacquiao on the juice or not. He getting his ass whooped. And that's facts. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good fight. Those first 5 or 6 rounds is going to be explosive. I'm going to tell y'all, bro. Those first 5 or 6 rounds, it's going to be some Errol Spence fans that's worried. You know what I'm saying? You might get a little worried if you one of those Earl, if you just a fan where you like, damn, like you get just too nervous because your favorite fighter, you going to be a little worried. Because Manny gonna be moving around. He gonna be like a jitterbug, jumping in and out, explosive, showing good power, good speed. He gonna be very fresh and sharp. He had 2 years of rest. You know what I'm saying? Plus, the energy gonna be flowing. He gonna be very eager and determined to show Errol Spence that I belong in the ring with you. I'm not an old, you know what I'm saying? I'm still him. He gonna be eager to try to gain the respect of Errol Spence by showing him that my power is real. Everybody knows that Manny Pacquiao has one of the best left hands in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Most of the guys that he fight, he normally clip them with the left hand. You know, he clipped Floyd with the left hand, right? So we know that his left hand is real. We know he got real power. Those first 5 or 6 rounds, some Errol Spence fans might be worried because he moving like that. You know what I'm saying? But rest assured, Errol Spence is a 12 round. He really a 15 round fighter. You know, but in this case, it's 12 rounds. Manny Pacquiao gonna have to fight for 12 rounds, and I just don't think he can do it. And even if he does come in on the juice and his stamina is hyped up, beyond normal capacity, I still don't think he gonna have enough to beat Earl the True Spence Jr. I just don't see it. Stylistically, it's a great matchup for Errol Spence. And I told y'all, to beat Manny Pacquiao, you gonna have to be aggressive with him, push him back. Errol Spence gonna do that. That's why I say those first few rounds is gonna be very competitive. The first 5 or 6 rounds is gonna be extremely competitive. It's gonna be extremely competitive. Salute to the brother Eclectic Agitator in a super chat coming through and showing love. He said, until we understand the global government system of ? Supremacy. I know what you're talking about, brother. He said, what it is and how it works, we will continue spinning our wheels. Big facts. I'm going to take a sip of that Merlot to that, brother. Said Manny gonna get hit with some shit. That's facts. That's facts. And I sent one of my boys a clip of Errol Spence and Leonard Bundu, and I like some of the things that Errol Spence was doing in that fight. I think this is a similar matchup, not with the skill set. We know that Manny Pacquiao is leagues above Leonard Bundu, but just stylistically, how Leonard Bundu fought 95% of that fight southpaw. He's about the same stature and size of Manny Pacquiao. He was, jumping in and out, very herky-jerky, awkward. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times Manny Pacquiao, he'll be off balance and he'll lunge in and he'll have his head down and shit like that. He'll lunge in. Man, I seen Errol Spence versus Leonard Bundu. He took a step back. Leonard Bundu lunged in with his head down. Earl took a step back. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the little 1-2. And it kind of grazed him, but the idea was correct. What he should have did was come through with, he probably should have did the 1-2 or just did a straight left uppercut on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But the idea was there to take a step back as he's lunging in. I promise you gonna see that in this fight versus Manny Pacquiao. You gonna see a lot of Errol Spence, especially in the first 5 or 6 rounds, because that's when Manny Pacquiao is gonna be as active as he's gonna be in the fight. That's when he's gonna be as active. That's when he's gonna throw the most punches. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna see Manny Pacquiao lunging in, because Earl gonna control the distance. So Manny gonna find himself, trying to close the distance, and he gonna lunge in. His head gonna be down. You gonna see Errol Spence take a step back with that left uppercut. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bruh. Remember, in the breakdown, I did a couple of breakdowns, but the first one I did, I believe, I said, watch out for the left uppercut of Earl the True Spence Jr. Because Manny come in, he lunge in, and he be all balanced, and his head be down like that and shit. A lot of guys don't take advantage of that. And if you watch, I can't remember, there's a channel on YouTube, man, and they do a hell of a job where they do like in-depth breakdowns and analysis of fighters with film study. And these guys, I'm gonna have to find their channel, and then I'll probably post the video in the community. I'm pretty sure most of y'all have seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they talked about how Errol Spence is he uses the jab in many different ways, and he'll use it as guard manipulation, where he'll use the jab just to move your guard out the way and throw something over the top, normally that overhand left. But also what he'll do is hold your motherfucking head with the right hand and land that left. Y'all seen what he did with Sean Porter? Y'all remember Y'all remember what he did with Sean Porter? He kind of held that motherfucker head, leaned that bitch, he aimed that bitch up, and boom, came through with that left hook. You gonna see that in the Manny Pacquiao fight. Bro, it's so much shit that Earl can do versus Manny Pacquiao. And the thing is, what gives Errol Spence, in my personal opinion, what gives Errol Spence such an advantage in this fight is I just believe Errol Spence is a more complete fighter. He did do it with Chris Algieri, Money Brown TV. He did that on the ropes. You know what I'm saying? He did that. He did that multiple times in that fight. But one of the advantages that I see for Errol Spence in this fight, y'all hit that like button for your boy if you haven't already, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But aside from everything else, I just love how complete Errol Spence is as a fighter right now. I just think he's a more complete fighter. He can do more things. We know what Manny Pacquiao is going to do. You know what to expect from Manny Pacquiao. That's why he's so focused on stamina right now. Because he know that we know what to expect from Manny, and he know that Errol Spence and Derrick James know what to expect from Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? We know what to expect from Manny Pacquiao. We know he gonna be very explosive in the first 5 or 6 rounds. He gonna be, very fast, like a jitterbug. He gonna jump in, jump out. You know what I'm saying? He gonna look, survey the field, see, try to find his look, get in where he can finish, jump back out. You know what I'm saying? He might throw a little jab here and there, try to hit you with a little angle. You know what I'm saying? He go, we know what he gonna do. This is Manny Pacquiao. That's why I know it took 4 fights for Juan Manuel Marquez to time in and hit him with that oh so famous knockout shot, that straight right. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a simple fact that you know what Manny Pacquiao gonna do. You fight him enough times, yeah, you can hit him with the perfect shot, but you don't necessarily have to fight him all those times to have success versus Manny Pacquiao. You know what he gonna do. You know what he gonna do. But you can't tell me that you know what Errol Spence gonna do. You can tell me that you know what he brings to the table, but you can't tell me the exact fight that Errol Spence gonna fight unless you just on that level where you can predict, all right, depending on this particular style, I know what he gonna do versus this style. But you can't say that you know what to expect exactly from Errol Spence out of every fight, because he showed you he can do many different things. He can fight many different styles. You know what I'm saying? You know to expect greatness. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the OG Mr. Munt in a super chat coming through and showing love. He said Earl doesn't have to train specifically for nobody because of his skills. But Manny has to prepare specifically for Errol Spence. Exactly. You said everything that I've just been explaining. You said that shit in those short amount of words. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence, he can just show up. He can prepare, not specifically for any particular fighter. Why you think this is a great example of that? This is a great example of that. I heard in a recent interview with Derrick James and Errol Spence that they are bringing in some different guys to spar. They gonna try. Of course, you ain't gonna find nobody that just mimic Manny Pacquiao style down to the T. But they are bringing in some different guys that they can spar, that some lefties that's gonna help them get ready for Manny. But normally when they fight an orthodox fighter, he spar the same dudes every count. He don't mix it up. He spar the same guys every count. Why you think Errol Spence is able to do that? You don't see many other fighters doing that. 9 times out of 10, when they got a fight versus a specific guy, big fights, they gonna bring in a particular guy that they gonna try to get to mimic that particular style. But Errol Spence, prior to this camp, because Manny Pacquiao, number one, he's a lefty. Errol Spence ain't fought a lefty since Chris Van Heerden, and Leonard Bundu was a lefty too. He was ambidextrous, switch hitter. But a true lefty was Chris Van Heerden. Like I said, Leonard Bundu did fight that fight 95% lefty. But prior to this fight, Errol Spence has been sparring the same 3 or 4 guys in all of his camps, no matter who he's fighting. That lets you know that he don't have to necessarily prepare for one particular guy because he has so many different skill sets. He can adjust multiple times throughout a fight. He's a complete fighter. He brings multiple dimensions in his game to a particular matchup. You know what I'm saying? But if you're fighting Earl Spence, you're going to have to do your damnedest to try to find somebody that's going to mimic his style, that's going to give you the best look, because he's not just your run-of-the-mill type of fighter. And Manny Pacquiao isn't either. And again, that's one of the reasons why they are mixing shit up in this camp, at least to try to bring in a different guy a lefty, that's going to try to give him a similar look to Manny Pacquiao. But I say that to say this, you know, we know what Manny Pacquiao going to bring to the table, you know, and it's going to be greatness. It's going to be greatness. Earl Spence going to have to be sharp. He going to have to be on his game. But the fact that Manny Pacquiao is so focused on stamina right now, bro, that lets you know the type of challenge that he got ahead of him, bro. Because I tell you one thing, Earl Spence ain't worried about no damn stamina. That's the least of his worries. He's sharpening up his game right now. Ain't no fat camp. See, this one of the first camps in the last, I say, 3 or 4 fights where Earl Spence literally, you know, he working on his strength and conditioning with Blue Ray. Again, shout out to the brother Blue Ray Fitness out of Dallas, Texas. One of the best strength and conditioning coaches in athletics, period. You know, but especially in boxing. You know what I'm saying? And he just put out like a little montage or promo video showing some behind the scene footage of him. And Money Brown TV say he got Blu-ray tonight. Y'all make sure that y'all go to Money Brown TV tonight. He gonna have Blu-ray on there. You know what I'm saying? He just put out a montage on his Instagram page showing some behind the scene footage of him and Earl Spence training in this camp. And Earl Spence looking good. He's looking phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I just think this is perfect timing. And again, you know, I'm not trying to shit on Manny Pacquiao. I'm not trying to say, you know, speak negative on the brother or anything like that, because I respect Manny Pacquiao. Y'all seen, I just finished up the top 10 pound for pound fighter evaluations for all the top 10 guys in the pound for pound. On the Contender Regime pound for pound list, I did the top 10, the ratings for all of them. You know, and you seen how I rated Manny Pacquiao. Much respect. He got the same overall rating as Earl Spence. That don't mean he's necessarily the same fighter, but, you know, there's much respect there. You know, and I respect him for taking this fight. You know what I'm saying? I respect him for taking the fight. At this point in time in his career, he's fighting the very best version of Earl Spence that we've seen thus far. You know what I'm saying? So I respect him for doing that, because there's guys that's Earl Spence age that ain't even, you know, they're not even checking for Earl Spence because they don't want that smoke. They either trying to protect some or they just simply don't want no smoke. Salute to Montavia Berry in the building. What's happening? Dale and Chapo in the building. Salute. What's going on? Melvin P in the building. Salute. Said it would definitely be a body snatching night. Big facts. Big facts. We've seen Manny Pacquiao stop to the body, and we've seen him famously stop to the head versus Juan Manuel Marquez. You know, so yeah, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a beautiful night of boxing that night. You know, changing of the guard, passing of the torch. You know, I think it's going to be a lovely matchup. I've been wanting to see this fight. You know, I kind of got on Manny Pacquiao ass because I felt like he was slow gassing and bullshitting. But I've been wanting to see this fight, man. I've been wanting to see this fight because I think this is one of the best matchups in the welterweight division. Not just in, well, you know, in boxing for sure, but specifically in the welterweight division. I always like this matchup. 2 southpaws. You got an all-time great, a legend, an icon versus one of the guys that's currently in the midst of paving his way, you know, and building his foundation and becoming, you know, something to be remembered. You know what I'm saying? So I'm extremely excited about this fight, man. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. And one thing I want to also talk about is that I think this is just a good chance to see how Earl Spence, what type of account he's gonna put up for himself in the ring with a guy of this caliber. When you think about the guys that Manny Pacquiao has been in the ring with, Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley, Antonio Margarito, Miguel Cotto. You know what I'm saying? Juan Manuel Marquez. We talking about all-time greats here, guys. Tim Bradley. You know what I'm saying? Eric Morales, multiple times. Fans' perspective in the building. Salute to you. What's happening? Like, when you look at the caliber of guys that Manny Pacquiao has been in the ring with, and you think about the experience, Keith Thurman, you think about the experience that he has under his belt, then you think about just the raw abilities that he brings to the table, the hand speed, A+, the power, the ring IQ, all of that. And then you take a guy like Earl Spence, who, no slouch in his own right, has been in with the top competition. Kinda Loco Sports in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Y'all subscribe to the brother Kinda Loco Sports. You know what I'm saying? Big facts. You dig what I'm saying? So, you take Earl Spence, a guy that's on the verge of becoming a household name in the sport of boxing. Depending on how this fight go, he can leave that ring as the biggest name in the sport of boxing. The main attraction in the sport of boxing. Household name, superstar status, big facts. You think about everything that's at stake for him, but then look at, what he's coming into the ring with, his resume, his pedigree, his experience, and just to see how he fares versus a guy like Manny Pacquiao. We know what Manny Pacquiao gonna do. He's been on this level time and time again. The only 8-division champion in boxing history. He's been on this level. We seen him win, we seen him lose. We seen him in there with the GOAT, Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., the most skilled boxer that ever graced the ring when you're talking about just pure boxing ability. We seen him in there with everybody, man. And now you're about to get an opportunity to say, well, damn, now let's see how Earl Spence look versus that. Let's see how Earl Spence stack up versus the all-time greats. You already know what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to diminish this accomplishment or this achievement of Earl Spence fighting somebody of Manny Pacquiao's caliber, saying that he's old, you know what I'm saying, and he passed his prime. I don't buy into none of that bullshit. Because Manny Pacquiao, as far as I know, he's coming off one of the best wins of his career versus undefeated, could have been unified champion Keith Thurman. He didn't lose that WBC belt in a fight. He lost that shit due to inactivity. So he was very well a unified champion when he fought Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao beat him. That's his last fight. Boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport. That's his last performance. So you can't sit up here, you can't tell me. And then when you look at Manny Pacquiao in his training videos, you know what I'm saying? You look at him hit the heavy bag. You look at him, move his feet. I don't see no drop off in athleticism. I don't see no drop off in hand speed. I don't see no drop off in power. If you ask me, the only thing that changed is that he got more experience. A guy that's already got, 70 fights? And he's fought the best in every division. Oscar De La Hoya, I ain't even mention him. Ricky Hatton, I ain't even mention him. Come on now. I'm just trying to help y'all put this shit in perspective, what y'all about to see on August 21st. I'm trying to help y'all put this shit in perspective, man. We're about to see greatness. Will Earl Spence rise to the occasion? I believe he will. Most of you guys believe he will as well. Says Spence is planking Pacquiao. Man, hey, that's what I see happening. You know, but I think it could go a couple of ways. I don't really think it's going to be a one-punch knockout. I think it's going to be, it's going to be one of those type of situations where Freddie Roach going to have to step in and say, look, man, hey, I actually believe that Freddie Roach is going to step in before the ref do. I think the ref is going to have so much respect for Manny Pacquiao that he going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Earl going to have him on the ropes, Manny Pacquiao. Once Manny Pacquiao start to get tired, and again, the theme of this whole topic and conversation is Manny Pacquiao concerned about stamina. Once Manny Pacquiao, get late in the fight, and he realized that he done hit Earl Spence with everything that he possibly could, and Earl Spence just ain't going. Shout out to Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? He had that song, I Can't Go Like That. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence, I can't go. I can't go like that. You dig what I'm saying? Once Manny Pacquiao realized, damn, I done hit that motherfucker with everything I had, and he ain't going. And he tired now. And Earl Spence, his engine still revving. He's still kicking up. He's still hungry. He still got energy. He ready. He on Manny Pacquiao on the ropes, balled up and shit, while Earl Spence just going to town. You know what I'm saying? Left hook, right hook, left hook to the body, left uppercut. You know what I'm saying? Doing them dirty. Overhand left, doing them dirty. Manny Pacquiao balled up. Earl hitting everything. Neck, back of the head, temple, shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Kidneys, liver. He hitting every damn thing. I think Freddie Roach gonna be like, look, man, I done seen enough. The ref might give Manny Pacquiao a little bit more time just off of the strength, off of the respect. Like, man, this a legend. He done been in there. He done did this shit 70 times. But I think Freddie Roach gonna say, look, man, hey, I done seen enough. Man, let's get that brother on up out of here. You might see Boo Boy throwing the towel. Hey, I done seen enough. Let's get this man up out of here, man. You ain't got nothing else to prove. Somebody just asked a question about Kenny Bayless, and he said, salute the Groundworks Entertainment said, do you think Kenny Bayless is going to ref this fight? That's a great question. I hope not. I hope not. Now, I will say this. Let me tell you why I hope not. I don't think Kenny Bayless, I feel like Kenny Bayless don't let guys do a lot of work on the inside. Now, I don't know if somebody talked to him, but in his last fight, in the last fight that he did, which was an undisputed match with Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez, he actually did let them do some work. You know what I'm saying? I hope it is Jack Reese, because Jack Reese let motherfuckers go to work. I hope it is Jack Reese or Tony Weeks, one of them two, or what's my brother name? Steve Willis, I mean. I hope it's one of them three. But Kenny Bayless, I don't know if somebody talked to him before his last fight, but he let Josh Taylor and Ramirez work. Now, if he is going to be the one that ref Spence versus Pacquiao and he ref it like that, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But if he ref it like how he did Keith versus Manny, I don't want him reffing a fight because he really wouldn't let Keith work like that. You know what I'm saying? Every time. Now, Keith was letting off the gas, so a lot of that is on him. But I don't like how Kenny Bayless be breaking shit up real fast. I don't like that. I want a ref that's going to let motherfuckers get in the trenches and go to work. You know what I'm saying? If they got an arm free, let them work up out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let them work out that motherfucker. Don't be, soon as they get close, Kenny Bayless, he like to break shit up soon as motherfucker get close. I don't like that. I want a ref that's going to let just the motherfucker who ref the Spence versus Porter fight, that's who need to be reffing that bitch. Because he let them boys fight. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. Salute to the brother Cono Loco Sports in the super chat coming through and showing love. I appreciate it, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute to the OG Mr. Month back in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, let's not forget once Earl really starts coming forward, closes the distance, and start working on the inside, it's going to be tough for Manny. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. He said, "Nah, let the OG with the wide eyes ref." Yeah, man, that's Steve Willis. I would love to have Steve Willis ref this fight because he gonna be so excited about the action. He gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be breaking shit up like that. And in this fight, remember in the video that I did where I said the only way Manny Pacquiao, this is the only way Manny Pacquiao can beat Errol Spence. Of course, he gotta hurt Earl. If he can't hurt Earl, it's over for him. I also talked about in that fight how Errol Spence is gonna pretty much, he gonna need to bully Manny Pacquiao. You're gonna need to be physical with him. Look at the success that Jeff Horn had versus Manny. What was he doing? Being very physical. You know what I'm saying? Very physical. All up in his chest. You know what I'm saying? All up in his chest, throwing punches, making Manny Pacquiao work. And then late in the fight, Manny Pacquiao was a little tired. He even hurt Jeff Horn in the 9th round, but he couldn't finish him because the stamina wasn't there. Because Jeff Horn had him working the whole fight. From round 1, Jeff Horn had Manny Pacquiao working so hard that when it came down to the 9th round and he hurt Jeff Horn, he couldn't finish the job. You go to the Keith Thurman fight. If you look at the spots where Keith Thurman was actually pressing the action and being physical and bringing the fight to Manny Pacquiao, he had much success. Robbery or not, Jeff mauled his ass, facts. Even though I say, me personally, I say, if you was going to do a decision on that fight, you probably should have said either unanimous decision or at the very least, split decision for Manny Pacquiao. But the fact that Jeff Horn made the fight so close that it was even a controversy, that let you know that he did something right. He put that pressure and that physicality on Manny Pacquiao. And that's what I think Errol Spence gonna do, but taking it to another level with the physicality, the strength, and the size. And on top of that, the skill level. The intelligence gonna be different. The adjustments when they need to be made gonna be different. The stamina, the power, everything gonna be different. So if Manny Pacquiao had issues with Jeff Horn being physical with him, and then he had issues when Keith Thurman did decide to go forward on him, man, what you think Errol Spence gonna do? This is the same reason why if at some point Manny Pacquiao decided to give Sean Porter a chance, man, I really do like Sean Porter chances versus Manny Pacquiao because he gonna maul him. He gonna make him work for 12 rounds. By round 8, 9, 10, man, Manny Pacquiao gonna be tired of the motherfucker. Said they ain't get let Spence take Pac out. They're gonna step in for him, in my opinion. Oh, you said they ain't gonna let Spence take Pac out. Yeah, I agree. They not gonna, like, if it get to the point where Earl is like, he's convincingly dominating Manny Pacquiao to the point where like it's becoming like visibly brutal, where motherfuckers like graphic and shit like that, I think either the ref gonna stop it or the corner gonna stop it. I really don't see Errol Spence just knocking Manny Pacquiao out cold. It's possible. But the reason that I don't think it's gonna happen is because somebody gonna step in before it get to that point. Somebody gonna step in. Somebody gonna step in, bro. Because it's already a preconceived notion that Manny Pacquiao is old and he going in versus a young lion. That's the whole, and I really don't even agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Even though technically it's true, but I think Manny Pacquiao is better than 95% of the welterweights that's in the game right now. Look at the welterweights on my pound for pound list. It's only 2 of them ranked ahead of Manny Pacquiao. It's Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Ain't no other welterweight outside of Mikey Garcia, and he about to fight Regis at 140. So think about that. I think Manny Pacquiao beat 97% of the welterweights at welterweight right now. It's probably 3, maybe 4 guys that I'm like, I don't know. Salute to the brother Jay Cooley in the building. What's happening? He said, hell, Bud and Bud need to be number 8. Come on, bruh. Don't do my boy Terrence Bud Crawford like that. But yeah, you know, that shit, that put everything in perspective. Like Manny Pacquiao, I don't subscribe to the whole you know, he too old and he fighting a young lion. Like, I don't subscribe to that because he coming off of beating Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, a young undefeated champion. So you can't give me that bullshit that he too old. I don't want to hear that, because if he go in there and he whoop up on Earl Spence, we ain't gonna hear nothing about him being old. We ain't gonna hear nothing about that shit. Talking about Thurman wasn't fresh. Shit, he was undefeated. He was undefeated, and he said he was ready. He said, "Look, I'm healthy. I'm ready." He didn't get Thurman off of a layoff. He got Thurman off of a comeback fight, in which Thurman didn't look particularly good in, but he still got Thurman off of a what you call that? Y'all know what the word I'm looking for. It's the Merlot. I'm out. It's the Merlot. A tune-up. He caught him off of a tune-up. He didn't just catch Thurman off of a layoff. He caught him off a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to the brother Dirty Hard Hitting South in the building. What's happening? Soldier God in the building, salute. He said, you and I know Thurman wasn't really ready. Hey man, say, look, you trying to take credit away from Manny Pacquiao. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna take credit away from Manny Pacquiao. I don't give a damn what Thurman showed up. I was picking Manny Pacquiao to win. Period. I was picking Manny Pacquiao to win that fight. Colonel Local Sports said Tank knocks Regis out, in my opinion. You know what? That's a good fight. And it's only 2 guys at 140. Mario Barrios was one of them until Tank went up there and did what he did. But it's only 2 guys in that division that I would be kind of nervous about for Tank to fight. And it would be Josh Taylor and Regis. And I think he can beat both of them. I think he beat both of them. But I also think that they both present some challenges for Tank. You know, and you very well could be right that he knocks Regis out. I think I would like Tank Davis's chances versus Mikey Garcia. Even though Mikey Garcia is extremely skilled and very experienced. And he showed you that he can fight bigger guys, and his power went up to 147. But I just think, man, y'all seen the rating that I gave Tank Davis. Most people understood where I was coming from when I rated Tank Davis an A+ fighter, but some people didn't get it, and I don't understand why. Like, Tank Davis is special. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis is special. Like, I wouldn't bet against Tank versus anybody from 140, 135, 130, anything under 140 and, 140 and below. I wouldn't bet against Tank Davis. I wouldn't put no money against Tank Davis in none of those fights. Because with Tank Davis, it's not a matter of skill. It's not a matter of ability. It's not a matter of intelligence. It's none of that. It's a size. Tank Davis is one of those, it's like, the only thing gonna stop him is the weight division, like 147. You know what I'm saying? I think he can beat guys at 147, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna happen when he run into Boots or Earl or Terrence Crawford or something like that? You know what I mean? Because like, once you start going up in weight, like size you gotta worry about size and shit. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta worry about like length. And then those guys also are special as well. So that's the only thing that could deter Tank Davis. Anything else outside of that, that's why I say like 140 is the cap. Anything 140 and under, he gonna handle them dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I think Josh Taylor and Regis will probably give him the best and the most difficult challenges at 140. You know, but he's special, man. Elite hand speed, elite power, IQ, defense. You know what I'm saying? Hand speed, foot speed, got heart, got a chin. He showed you that he can go up to 140 and take clean shots from one of the hardest hitters at 140, a division that he never fought in before. That's chin. Come on now. It's a lot of those guys that would have got hit, that left hook that Mario Barrios hit Tank with on the ropes. If Telefimo, Loma, Ryan Garcia, a lot of them dudes at 135, they would have been out. They would have been hurt. A lot of them dudes. At 130, Leo, Chris Colbert, them dudes get hit with that shot by Mario Barrios. Y'all heard when they asked Chris Colbert, oh, you gonna go up to 140? He said, no, I ain't stupid. I ain't dumb. You got to put that shit in perspective, what Tank did versus Barrios. Even Tank said himself, I was, kind of worried about, I don't want to get caught by this guy. I'm fighting in a new weight class and this guy can hit. So Tank Davis got everything, bro. Like, Tank Davis is probably one of the, I'm not even going to say probably, he is one of the most complete fighters in the sport of boxing. It's only arguable if he is the most complete fighter in the sport of boxing. Salute to the brother Jesse Coleman in the building. What's happening, man? He said Teofimo don't have enough defense to beat Tank. Facts. I already talked about this. Lopez not beating Tank Davis. His defense ain't good enough. Yeah, Tank. I got Tank stopping Teofimo. He ain't got enough defense. He get hit too much. And if they do the Lomachenko and Lopez rematch, you gonna see that. If the Lomachenko that fought Nakatani show up, the same Lomachenko that fought Lopez from round 7 to 12, you gonna see that his defense need a lot of work. Like, think about this. Like the brother, shout out to Wavy J in the building. This man said his power carried through 12 rounds. He just went up to 140 and he knocked out Mario Barrios in the 11th round in the championship rounds. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I don't see nothing that Teofimo can do to stop Tank or to beat Tank. He said, yeah, man. Yeah, but like, can anybody tell me outside of level of competition? Because there's still a lot of guys that we want to see Tank Davis fight, right? So let's take resume and level of competition out, even though he's fought some top-notch guys. What does Tank not have? What does he not? How is he not an A-plus fighter? What does Tank not have? Just style, just skill for skill from the eye test, breaking it down in the skills department. What does Tank not have? Said Tank is on my pound for pound list easily. Fact. He said height. Come on now. You can't do nothing about that. It ain't like motherfuckers can go in the department store and say, hey man, yeah, let me get the 6'5". I want to be 6'5". You know what I'm saying? How much that's gonna run me? I bet give me the 6'6". Matter of fact, no, I got a little extra money. Let me get to 7 feet. Come on, man. You can't do nothing about that. Said lack of respect from dumbass casual fan bitches. Facts. Said Leo was talking that BS about Tank gonna get tired from round 6. Tank got stamina too. Facts. For him to be able to turn it on after round 8 and then get a stoppage in round 11. And then, not only that, he also, after the fight, after getting a stoppage in round 11, he did a backflip off the turnbuckle and landed it perfectly. Bro, that's how you know he was in some shape. Come on now. You gotta be in some shape to do some shit like that. You just went 11 rounds with a motherfucker, and you stopped him in the 11th, and you did a backflip off the turnbuckle. Come on now. You gotta be in shape to do that. Said, I feel like size not a problem for Tank. Look at Pacquiao, he's the same height. That's a good point. That's a great point. Salute to the brother Swift46 in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, salute contender in the chat. Your fighter breakdowns in the community are dope. Keep up that good work, bro. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So with the fighter evaluations, I'm going to continue to do those. I'll do those sparingly throughout the months for like the other fighters. What I wanted to do was, after dropping the top 10 pound for pound, I wanted to do fighter evaluations for the top 10 pound for pound guys. So I want to make sure I got all 10 of those guys out the way. And then after that, I know people been having requests like, you know, Devin Haney. I just seen somebody say Boots Ennis. So I'm definitely going to do some other guys as well. But I wanted to go ahead and get the top 10 pound for pound guys in there. Salute to the brother Vigilante Cato in the building. What's happening? Said, for some reason, I want to see Tank versus Mikey next. That would be a great fight. That would be a hell of a fight. That would be a hell of a fight. Said, Loma coming to get his shit back in blood. Loma coming to get his shit back in blood from T.O. Hey, man, I'm telling you, bro. If that fight happened next, if Lopez can beat Kambosos, because y'all know they just pushed back Lopez and Kambosos again. From what I've been hearing, they done postponed Lopez and Kambosos again. Now they're supposed to be fighting in September. That's what I heard. Because you know why? You know why. It ain't got nothing to do with no damn Rona. Ain't got nothing to do with that. The brother was having a hard time selling tickets. And then on top of that, they moved it. Look, let's go down the timeline. First, they had it for, what, June 5th. Well, Floyd fought on June 6th. So they like, nah, that ain't going to be a good look. That ain't going to be a good move. So then they moved it to, what, Juneteenth. Well, Jamal Charlo fight on Juneteenth. Nah, that ain't going to be a good look. We ain't going to do that. Then they moved that bitch to August 14th. Well, Casimero and Nonito Donaire is going to be fighting on August 14th. No, that ain't a good look. That ain't a good move. Let's move that bitch back to September. Man, they having a hard time selling them tickets, and they know they can't compete with the guys that's fighting on those same dates. That's the problem. That's the problem. So, if he can get past Kambosos, you know, we'll see what happens. I think he will. I think he'll beat Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see Kambosos stylistically. I mean, Kambosos can fight, but I don't really see Kambosos doing that too much to T.O. Because he basic. You know, he can fight a little bit. I thought Mickey Bay beat him. I'm going to be real with y'all. I thought Mickey Bay outboxed Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? I had Mickey Bay winning that fight. You know what I'm saying? This dude said Teofimo is Durant 2.0. Boy, shit, you got to be drunker than I am. You done had about 4 glasses of these, bro. Teofimo is Durant? Come on, bro. You got to be kidding me. See, I told y'all to go, man. I think he be trolling, man. I think he be trolling. You know what I'm saying? But hey, your opinion, you can have your opinion, man. I ain't gonna knock you for it. But come on, brother. He said Tank can't hurt Mikey. Come on, brother. I'm telling y'all, look, Telefimo has peaked early. Telefimo, look, the GOAT. I'm going to tell you this, look. And you going to be sad when Telefimo go up to 140, when he get up to 140, and if he does go to 147, you're not going to see the same skill level. You're not going to see him elevate. I hope he does. Hopefully I'm wrong, because I'm not wishing nothing bad on him. I think he need to get somebody else in his coaching style, because I don't think his daddy doing it. His dad, they relying on his athleticism, his speed, and the power, and that shit good for where he at right now at 135, because he's bigger than most of those guys. But he don't have the fundamentals, the IQ, and just the skill set to be able to. I don't think he can go to 140 and beat Josh Taylor. I think he struggled against Jose Ramirez. He damn sure not beating Tank, and I don't think he beat Regis at 140. I don't. He don't got the defense, and his ring IQ is lacking. He not gonna be able to go fight Regis and think he just gonna use size and athleticism to beat Regis. No, because he ain't gonna be bigger than Regis. He ain't gonna be bigger than Josh Taylor. He gonna have to use skills. He gonna have to have a jab. He gonna have to have head movement. He gonna have to have foot movement. That fake ass Philly shell that he used, that shit ain't gonna work. He gonna have to tone up on his fundamentals. I think Telefimo Lopez can do something. But he peaking already. You ask me, well, why do you think Haney gonna beat Lopez? It's the skill gap. The skill gap is different. When Haney go up to 140, he might not be the hardest puncher, but his skills is gonna carry up. His skills is gonna get there. He gonna have enough pop on his punches to make motherfuckers stay honest, so they don't rush in and crash out and go and just run in with their head down and shit like that. He gonna have enough pop to make motherfuckers be honest. And then he gonna be more skilled than a lot of the guys in that division. It's about skills. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have skills, man. You know? I don't think Telefimo gonna be able to carry up in those higher divisions. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get found out. I think he peaking early. We already seen the best Telefimo Lopez. I don't think you're gonna see anything better than what you already seen from him. Just being honest with you. Salute to the brother Christopher Russell in the building. He said, how about Shakur Stevenson? Yeah, Shakur Stevenson, he gonna carry up. He gonna be able to compete in the higher divisions. And you might be surprised by Stevenson. He might actually get stronger in those higher divisions. You know, I think Shakur Stevenson is already physically strong, but he don't really have the power. He don't got a lot of pop on his punches. But the skills is gonna carry up. In order to compete in these higher divisions, you gotta have a certain type of skill set. In order to move up, you gotta have a certain type of skill set. See, a lot of guys that just depend on size and athleticism and power and shit. Why you think Triple G is just stayed at 160 his whole career? Now Marvin Hagler did the same thing, but Marvin Hagler, you know, he fought in an era where middleweight was cracking. So it was hella motherfuckers that he had to see, so it really wasn't no reason to move up, because middleweight was cracking. But Triple G, he fought his whole career where middleweight was trash. He was fighting bums, and he never moved up. Why you think he never moved up? Because he know that the skills he ain't really got the skills to compete at 68 and 75 like that. That's why he didn't want nothing to do with Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a certain type of skill set to move up. Salute to the brother Derek Lincoln. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you for coming through. Said, I ain't never seen Tank dictate a fight. Come on now. Come on, brother. You ain't watched the Pedraza fight? Go back and watch the Pedraza fight. He dictated the Gamboa fight too. Most guys see Tank with the short reach and the short height. You're going to find him up against guys with longer reach where he going to have to allow them to, you know, come in and be first. But he set him up. Now put him in there with somebody that's his same size and he going to control everything. But how often do you see Tank in there with somebody that's the same size as him? You don't see that often. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker in there longer than you and they know how to fight long, it's hard for you to dictate anything. You're going to have to use, and that's why I give Tank even more credit, because he using skills to set motherfuckers up. Boxing IQ, you know, timing. Different shit like that. Punch placement. RM in the building, salute. G Mays in the building, salute. What's happening? Stephen Phillips in the building, salute, man. What's going on? But yeah, we'll start doing like call-ins and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually gonna have that shit set up real soon. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have that shit set up real soon, cause I know motherfuckers be. Hey, I have it to where we can do like links and shit like that. You know what I mean? Where motherfuckers can try to tap in and shit. But I don't know about you, the GOAT. I don't know about you. You might get on here talking some bullshit. Oh, he said Pedraza was struggling to make 130. Oh. This man got an excuse for everything. But look, man, hey, I'm about to get on up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already hit the like button, please hit the like button on your way out. You know what I mean? And if you missed the beginning of the live, go back and catch the replay. It will be available on the channel. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all have a great weekend. You know what I mean? Enjoy yourself. Be safe. You dig what I'm saying? Contender regime. Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man. Hold it down.